Startups and small businesses live on a knife's edge. Massive opportunity on one side and chaos on the other. If you want to survive and thrive, you need to know where you're heading. And that's where financial forecasting comes in. But here's the catch. It's only as good as the data you feed it. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to build smarter forecasts, whether you've got years of clean data or next to nothing. Before we dive into the how, let's quickly cover the what and the why behind historical financial data. In simple terms, historical financial data is the record of everything your business has earned, spent, owned, or owed. It breaks down into three main buckets: revenue data, the money coming in; expense data, the money going out; assets and liability data, what you own and what you owe. Together, this gives you the full picture of your company's financial health. Why does it matter? Because your past holds the patterns to predict your future. Good historical data lets you spot trends, understand customer behavior, and identify the biggest levers for growth. It's the foundation that makes your forecast strategic, not just hopeful guesses. Quick example, if your sales jump 20% every time you run a certain marketing campaign, you can bake that into your forecast and time your cash flow and planning around it. That's the power of good data. Smarter moves, better timing, stronger results. All right, now let's talk about how to actually use your historical data the right way. Tip number one is to understand the context behind your numbers. Not all data is created equal. You have to dig into how and why those numbers happen, because if you miss the context, your forecast could be way off. Here's what you need to watch out for. Market conditions. Was the economy booming whenever you made those sales, or were you fighting through a recession? Big difference. Always adjust for the broader economic climate. Competition. Did new players enter into your space? Did a major competitor disappear? The competitive landscape around you directly impacts your performance. Internal business changes. Maybe you launched a new marketing campaign. Maybe you cut prices or upgraded your product. Big internal moves can skew your data, so factor them in. Seasonality and trends. Was the spike in sales because of the holiday season or a sustainable growth trend? Know the difference and plan accordingly. Regulations. Did a new law change how you operate? Privacy rules, supply chain shifts, these things can swing your numbers fast. Bottom line, context is everything. Without it, you're just looking at numbers. With it, you're reading the full story, and that's what lets you build a forecast that you can actually trust. If this is helping you think sharper about your business, hit subscribe and tap the bell. I'm sharing real-world tactics every week. No fluff, just the stuff you can actually use. Let's keep rolling. Tip number two, find the patterns hiding in your data. Great forecasts aren't about wild guesses. They're about spotting the patterns that are already there and using them to predict what's next. Here's what to look for. Seasonal patterns. Does your business spike during the holidays, slow down in the summer? Almost every business has seasonal swings. The key is to find them and build them into your model. Growth trends. Are you growing steadily? Are you exploding, leveling off? Recognizing your growth curve, whether it's linear, exponential, or cyclical, is huge for setting realistic projections. Event-driven spikes. Do you crush it every time you run a big marketing campaign or hit an industry event? If certain events reliably boost your numbers, bake them into your forecast. Anomalies and outliers. Not everything is a trend. Sometimes it's just a one-off. Be ruthless about filtering out weird spikes or drops that won't happen again. Trend breaks. Sometimes a trend just stops. Market crashes, regulatory changes, new competitors, big shifts can break old patterns. Make sure you're forecasting based off today's reality, not yesterday's. The best forecasters combine two things: cold hard numbers and deep personal knowledge of their business. Use visual tools like charts and graphs to spot trends faster, but use your gut too. If you know your business inside and out, you'll read the story the numbers are trying to tell you. Tip number three, use historical data to build smarter growth assumptions. Every financial model is built on assumptions about the future. The goal? Make those assumptions as realistic and data-backed as possible, not just educated guesses. Here's how to do it. Projecting sales. Look at your past sales growth. If you've been steadily climbing, that trend might continue unless you're changing something major, like launching a new product or facing new competition. Always sanity check your assumptions against real-world shifts. Estimating costs. If your costs have historically risen alongside revenue, expect the same moving forward. Use past patterns to predict both your variable and your fixed expenses. Setting prices. How has changing your prices affected sales in the past? If rising prices tanked your volume before, be cautious. Your old pricing data can be a goldmine for smarter pricing moves ahead. Understanding customer behavior. Look at acquisition, retention, and churn trends. If churn is high, your model should reflect the need for constant new customer acquisition just to stay even. Measuring marketing and sales impact. What kind of ROI did you get from past campaigns? Use that info to forecast the lift you can realistically expect from future marketing and sales efforts. Identifying risks. If supply chain issues, customer churn, or regulatory headaches hit you before, bake risks into your forecast. It'll make your model way more resilient. Here's the big thing. Historical data is your starting point, not the full picture. Markets change, competitors evolve. Your gut, backed by real market knowledge and strategy, matters too. Blend data and judgment to set assumptions you can actually bet on. Tip number 4, keep your model alive. Update it with fresh data. Your financial model isn't a set it and forget it document. It's a living, breathing tool. And if you want it to stay useful, you've got to feed it with your latest data. Here's why regular updates matter. New data, better insights. Don't pretend like they can't happen again. Every day you operate, you're collecting new information about growth rates, customer behavior, and trends. Plug that fresh data into your model to keep your forecast sharp. Account for major moves. Launching a new product, entering into a new market, changing your pricing. Big strategic moves should always trigger a model update. Faster, smarter decisions. Updated forecasts give you real-time visibility. You can spot opportunities faster, and you can dodge problems before they blow up. Adapt to market shifts. Customer behavior, competition, regulations, markets change constantly. Updating your model keeps you ahead of the curve instead of reacting too late. Get more accurate over time. Every update is a chance to tighten your assumptions. Compare your forecast to actual results and learn from the gaps, and dial it in even closer next time. At Forecaster, we update our numbers every single month, and we encourage our customers to do the same. If monthly feels like too much, aim for quarterly at minimum. Because if your model goes stale, your decisions start flying blind, and that's not a position you want to be in. Tip number 5, how to handle missing or messy data. Look, not every startup has a mountain of clean financial data. If you're early or your records are spotty, don't stress, it's normal. And there are smart ways to work around it. Here's how. Go bottoms up, not top down. Don't make the classic rookie mistake of saying the market is 10 billion, so we'll just grab 1%. That's a huge red flag to investors. Instead, start from the ground level. Real customer numbers, real conversion rates, real pricing, and build your forecast piece by piece. Lean on industry benchmarks. If you're missing your own numbers, find trusted industry averages. Compare your early traction to the norm and use your gut plus the data to make realistic estimates. Just be honest about what's a guess. Run multiple scenarios. If your number's fuzzy, don't lock yourself into one prediction. Model best case, worst case, and somewhere in between. You'll get a realistic range and you'll look way more credible to investors. Start building better data today. Even if your past records are rough, the best fix is to start tracking clean numbers now. A few months of good, consistent data is all you need to massively improve your forecasting. Missing data isn't a deal breaker. Pretending you have it is. Be transparent, stay grounded, and keep building your financial foundation one block at a time. All right, quick recap. Here are the 5 biggest takeaways from today. Use your historical data to forecast smarter. Your past numbers hold clues to the future. Use them to build stronger data-backed projections. Always add context. Don't just look at what happened, understand why it happened. Things like market shifts, competition, and seasonality all matter. Spot the patterns and trends. Recognize the rhythms in your business, growth curves, seasonal spikes, event-driven jumps, and weave them into your model. Keep your model fresh. Update your forecast regularly so they stay relevant, accurate, and ready for whatever the market throws at you. Work smart with missing data. If you don't have perfect numbers, that's fine. Build from the ground up. Use industry benchmarks, model multiple scenarios, and start tracking clean data now. Remember, forecasting isn't about guessing, it's about stacking the odds in your favor. Every startup is a leap into the unknown, but you don't have to fly blind. Your historical financial data is one of the best tools you have to light the path ahead, giving you real insights to guide smarter decisions. Just remember, historical data is powerful, but it's only one piece of the puzzle. A great financial model pulls everything together: your data, your market trends, your competition, and your own deep understanding of how your business really works. If you're light on historical data right now, no problem. Start tracking it today. The sooner you do, the sooner you can build forecasts you can actually trust. Now that you know how to use your historical data, click here to learn how to build a financial model that investors can't resist.